Hey folks, it's Sarge, your favorite YouTube therapist. So today we're going to talk about, does a person need to hit rock bottom in order to be able to get help? And I'm here to tell you, as a 25-year therapist, definitely not. In fact, we hope that that doesn't happen for people, because if it did, if that was the case all of the time, we would have a lot more people homeless, in prison, and in mental health hospitals. We definitely want to avoid those kind of consequences in life if we can help it. Are there some people that need that? Well, it really probably depends on some factors, such as how stubborn that person is, how far into, if we're talking about addictions, how far into their addiction they are, and a lot of other factors too. There's this thing in psychology that we call internal locus of control versus an external locus of control. Now, without giving you a whole semester's worth of lecture on this, an internal locus of control person has a tendency to think that things around them within their environment that they have some control over, and that they can influence some type of change, that they have a little sphere of influence that they can have control over. An external locus of control person, conversely, is more likely to say everything that's happening in my world is because of somebody else. It's the world's fault. It's my parents' fault. It's my wife's fault. You get the idea. My boss's fault. You get the idea. Now, that's not to say that people haven't been dealt some hardships in their life. Of course, certain people are born into harsher situations, and that certainly can stack the deck. But if it came down to that a person had to hit their rock bottom in order to make changes, then we wouldn't have so many cases that we know about in the field of people who've come from very, very terrible environments, were deeply entrenched in an addiction, but didn't have to hit that rock bottom before they were able to say, I need to make some changes in my life, right? So what are the key factors here that we're looking for? Usually for a person to want to make some changes in their life, and again, this doesn't necessarily have to be like we're talking about addictions. It could be just like how they act with other people. It could be bad habits, such as like showing up to work late all the time. You name it. Like anything could be fit into this kind of thing where a person says, okay, I need to change. They generally are going to have a little bit of consequence, right? Like, or either that, or they're unhappy enough, and that could be a consequence as well, that they're just unhappy enough that there was said, I can't keep doing it this way, and I've tried to change it on my own, and now I need a little bit of help. Okay, so that's a big factor there. Does a person need to or need to have that desire to change, to take those first few steps? Definitely not. We have a treatment modality in mental health called motivational interviewing that is specifically geared for people who are not really sure if they want to change. And a lot of times this is the go-to modality for people who've been like court referred, or maybe they come in the door and they say, I don't really want to be here. I don't believe in therapy, but my spouse said that I have to come, or she was going to divorce me, or my boss said if I don't get some help on this, he was going to fire me, things like that, right? So that's what we would call pre-contemplative, right? They're not really sure yet if they want to change or if they want to commit to treatment or therapy, and that's part of motivational interviewing. It's also part of a couple other models as well, but that's where a motivational interviewing style therapist would start, of just listening and tell me what you like about this thing that you're doing, and why is it something that you're not ready to change, or you're not sure if you want to change. What are the things that are keeping you from feeling like you could change, right? And those are the kind of conversations that we're going to have. So again, to sum it all up, no, you don't have to hit rock bottom to benefit, to make change, whether it be addictions, bad habits, or just how you're feeling about yourself. You just have to have a little bit of discomfort, or if you want to call it consequence, or however you want to conceptualize that, and maybe a little bit of curiosity or a little bit of push to go in the door and say, hey, listen, something or someone is telling me I need some help with this, and so here I am. And then it's up to the therapist, if we do a good job, to help you see more reasons for change, and to want to have more reasons to change, and to finally take that commitment to change, all right? Folks, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. Don't forget to check in the description. Sometimes I have a few links for some products that I think will help you on your mental health journey. Keep taking care of yourself. Your mental health matters.